We don't want to put any pressure on the leash if we don't have to. The corrections that you'll need in the future when she's reactive are going to be not as effective because we're putting 30% pressure on all the time. And then if we actually need to correct, we're going 30 to 100 versus 0 to 100.
So Winnie has always been, I would say, an insecure puppy.
You're out for a walk, you see a doodle, she starts to build and then reacts. How do you handle that currently?
Well, actually, I have something called the trust technique. And basically, it's me getting into a very peaceful, mindful state, a present moment state, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And her aligning with my energy and saying, because you know what? I'm all amped up too.
Yeah, you just try to calm yourself down, relax, and then hopefully she'll pick up on that and do the same.
Yeah, she will pick up on that and do the same. Yeah,
Good.
because we've practiced that enough even inside the house.
Good, good. Success to me is you as a dog owner understanding why the things that you're working on is happening, right? Mm-hmm. So I want you to really know, oh, that's why that reaction happened, or that's why we started to build, and or I want you to have the skill sets and knowledge to be able to dismantle some of that build and to stop some of that reactivity that we may see randomly from her throughout her life.
What do you see?
So there's some of the reaction there.
Yep.
But it's also just really important for you to know that the roadmap in the future, your ability to do these things on your own. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So even here,
Yeah.
like I'm not sure what she heard.
She just heard a dog come in.
She heard a dog come in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you have it. Like.
Yeah, so what you could do, here, I could take her for a second. What you can do in these types of situations is like if you want her to be calm, you have to be calm.
Right.
Right there, she's like, hey, somebody here. You go, oh, what the? So.
I know.
Oh God, what, did you guys, there's somebody.
I know.
Like, all of that created that. I took the leash.
Right.
And then we're just gonna work on some basic obedience to get her calibrated and tuned up, and we'll see how she does. You'll just see pieces come together here as we continue to work. Good girl. We don't want to put any pressure on the leash if we don't have to. Mm-hmm. And so you're putting a lot of pressure on her just as you're walking with her. Mm-hmm. So two things is the corrections that you'll need in the future when she's reactive are going to be not as effective because we're putting 30% pressure on all the time. And then if we actually need to correct, we're going 30 to 100 versus 0 to 100. Also, so there's that, and then there's clarity of what you want the dog to do. So the leash is only, like if I literally just started naming every single color I see in this room and then also randomly kept talking to you, you don't know when I'm talking to you and when I'm not talking to you. And so that's kind of what dog owners will do. And that's what I'm seeing a little bit with her, is we're giving her a lot of information here. So we're pop, 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 pop. We're sitting, we're holding, we're popping. Most of that is you don't even realize that you're doing it. And oftentimes dog owners will do it because they get a little nervous on what to do. So we wear that here with the dog. And so what that looks like, again, to reiterate, is when you're walking with her, there's a lot of like this popping. Probably from here to there, we probably pop the collar at least 15 times. Anytime that you apply pressure to this should be information to the dog, like very direct, intentional information, not just doing it for fun, right? Because
Right, well, again, I mean, she was a little bit ahead of me, so I was trying to keep her back a little bit.
Yeah, but the corrections that you were doing were
Okay.
You should only do it once or twice.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, well, that's what I said to you, like I feel like I'm fighting over 6 inches.
I want you to watch the way that I handle her, okay?
Okay.
So we want to be very intentional. We want to be very precision. We don't want to be nagging on her.
Okay, agree.
Forward, forward, good. Good. Forward, forward. Okay, I don't know her, I've never handled her in my life, but my handling and the way that I'm presenting myself to her, she's like, boom, And I really didn't say anything to her. Does that make sense? I want you to see this binary black and white difference between what information you're giving her and what I'm barely giving her. So watch the leash. Ah. Good. Good. Okay, this is what I want you to do. Now, her sensitivity to me is because of my clarity, my confidence. So listen to how much is going on between her and I, right? Less is more, right, with dogs, as you can see. So you don't have to say much, you don't have to do much. I have so much empathy towards the frustration and sometimes naiveness to dog owners in training scenarios, where people will come from all over and sit here and I'll say, I know that you've been struggling with dog reactivity for 6 months to 3 years and you've spent thousands of dollars and you've worked with all these trainers, but let me explain to you that the reason why your dog is reactive is because you can't handle your dog with clarity. And then all of the things start to disappear and dissolve. And I just want to be clear on that because some people kind of scratch their head and they're like, well, what about the reactivity? I'm like, the reactivity doesn't matter. That's the easiest part about this. So I just wanted to kind of like clarify that. Whenever you're ready, I'll have you start that process and I'll coach you through it when I feel necessary.
Hey, Win, with me, with me, with me, with me. Well done, with me.
All right, come back towards me and I want to start doing a couple things here. So I want you to take your leash and put it in this hand, okay? And then when you're walking, that's what I want.
Okay.
Like you're walking to the store, pretend that she's not there, okay?
Okay.
And when you turn, don't give her your body.
Okay.
Because right.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because right now, when you're turning, you're still committing to her, like, hey, we're good. And really, you should just turn. You better be like, hey, you better catch up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Work on that.
Forward.
Nice and slow. Good. There you go. Good.
This
Don't
way.
worry so much about the pulling and stuff right now. I want you to just work on your handling.
Okay. This way.
Good. Much better. Much better.
Get in.
Much better.
Well done, Win.
She's looking at you.
Well done.
Slow down just a little bit. Perfect.
Get in.
Good. Now go straight, like more distance here. There you go. Good. Nice.
Get in.
Nice. Nice. So that turn there, and I don't know her well enough to know if she didn't look up at you before, but like when you do that inside turn, she looks up at you. Choke up on your leash just a little bit.
Get in.
Good.
Yes. Well
Good.
done. Sit. You did
Nice.
good. Well done.
Nice job. How's that feel?
Good.
That was great. Really, really good. But I want to show you one more thing before we end the session is this little stop and go that I do. So as I move forward, heel, good. I do this little stop and go. And I'm using my peripherals here to kind of see, good, nice. So there's no food involved. There's just what I call internal rewards. So that's things that live on me. Good, good girl. Tail's wagging, that makes her excited. Heel, forward, slow down, good. Yes, good. Forward, move forward again. This is a little stop and go, okay? So my wrist flick, pop, pop, okay? So I'm just popping backwards. I'm not doing it, it's like a horse. I'm just flicking my wrist, okay? You can't overpower a horse, and I'm not gonna be able to pull her back if she actually wants to go. The moment she crosses my leg, bang, bang. But the important part to that context is understanding that if she doesn't cross that line, it's the opposite. Yes, good girl. She's gonna melt on me, good girl, okay? So that's an important piece to this. The stress, the pressure, the aversive, the correction only happens if the dog does something we don't want. And in this case, perpetuate into this reactive dog, right? We're very clear on that. I'm like, you can't cross this line. So then when we come out, she's so focused on not making a mistake with her obedience, that all of a sudden the things that we came here for just disappear.